You know what? The secret to survival is to bravely try things. Don't fear the mundane stuff. Stop asking what you need, ask others. They might know better. Since we're all having such a good time, let's ask what you guys want. Craig finally mustered up the courage to ask a tough question. What if someone picked on Mr. Harrigan? Mr. Harrigan just replied with one word: shame. Christmas was coming. Craig gave his dad a vest, and Dad prepared 2 gifts for Craig, telling him to unwrap Harrigan's first. Craig opened Harrigan's gift and, surprise, it was a lottery ticket, and he exclaimed, "I won." "Really? How much?" he asked. "You won't believe it, 10 million, $3,000. Dad's gift definitely couldn't compete with Harrigan's, and he's bummed because Dad's gifted Craig an iPhone. This is the first generation iPhone, worth $499, and it can't even compare to $3,000. Let's make a call." When Craig told Harrigan he won, Harrigan's reaction was like, "Is that even allowed?" Craig said, Happy birthday." With the new phone, Craig instantly became the prom king at school, strutting in like a superstar. On this particular day, Craig headed over to Harrigan's house to read, and as he was about to depart, Harrigan inquired with curiosity why he had continued to come for 5 years, regardless of the weather conditions. Has it perhaps become a habit for him? Harrigan thought habits were powerful, but Craig realized how deep his feelings for Harrigan were. Harrigan was touched by Craig's heartfelt words, realizing it was always Harrigan quietly supporting him. That night, Craig told Dad about the $3,000 and wanted to talk about buying a phone for Harrigan. They had planned to use that money for college fund, but Craig was adamant about taking out $500. So the next time Craig saw Harrigan, he presented him with the phone. Upon seeing the phone, Harrigan immediately rejected it. This was bought with lottery money. But Craig showed him the stop page, and it instantly changed Harrigan's mind. Where is all this real-time info coming from? Harrigan started getting curious. Harrigan then rushed to find that day's newspaper, only to realize it was a day late, and had to admit his narrow-mindedness. "I'll keep this phone. Quick, teach me how to use it." Craig chuckled. After just a short while of using it, Harrigan discovered that all the news on the phone was free. So how does this company make money? The power of public opinion is scary. Craig didn't realize it at the moment, but as time went by, he came to understand Harrigan's foresight gradually. Harrigan got lost in the phone while Craig was annoyed and slammed his book shut. Craig saw the oxygen tank in the corner and got worried, but Harrigan assured him he was fine. "No worries. I'm fine. Don't worry too much." But a few days later, Craig sensed something was off. Yeah, nobody could perceive the silent battle within him. After a few days, Craig went to Harrigan's house again and found him on oxygen. Seeing Harrigan wasn't moving, Craig gently nudged him, and then his phone rang. Harrigan was calling. He tentatively nudged Harrigan a few more times and took out a mirror to check his breathing. No response. Craig realized Harrigan had passed away, but still called 911. While waiting, Craig wanted to do something for his friend, eventually returning to his seat to read, just like always. Harrigan's passing hit Craig hard, causing him to send a text message. The funeral was soon held. Craig read a eulogy reminiscent of 5 years ago, but there was no Harrigan there to challenge him, just a cold corpse. Everyone quietly said goodbye, and Craig lingered for a moment. With a solemn expression, after gazing at Harrigan's face for a moment, Craig quietly slipped the phone into Harrigan's arms. After the funeral, someone approached Craig, giving him something left in Harrigan's will. Opening the envelope, Craig was stunned to find a trust fund of $800,000 left for him by Harrigan. This money was enough for Craig to finish college or start his own business. Craig couldn't help but call Harrigan, knowing he wouldn't answer, but wanting to express how much he missed him. The very next morning, Craig received a text message from Harrigan, as if he were still very much alive. Young Craig refused to believe his dad's words, and he immediately rode to the cemetery. And that led to the scene at the beginning. Life goes on, and Craig studied hard for the school he wanted. After the final exams, there was a school dance where Craig dressed to impress and asked his crush out. The girl said she needed to use the restroom, and while Craig waited outside, Kenny suddenly charged out and grabbed him. Kenny had been expelled for dealing drugs and thought Craig was a snitch, so he wanted to settle the score. Despite Craig explaining it wasn't him, Kenny didn't listen, and they ended up fighting.